You know what this is? I'll give you some seconds to get your guess in. This is an obelisk, but this is not the only obelisk that I see on a day-to-day basis. Now are you seeing the similarities? Anyone at all? All right, let's get into it. The obelisk originated in ancient Egypt around 2600 BCE during the Old Kingdom period. The term obelisk derives from the Greek word obeliskos, meaning pointed pillar, while Egyptians called them tekhenu. They symbolized the sun's rays and solidified in stone, representing the connection between earth and the divine. In metaphysical thought, obelisks are seen as an energy conductor, channeling spiritual energy upward. The pyramidion is viewed as focusing cosmic light, symbolizing enlightenment. And the vertical form represents the soul's evolution from material to divine awareness. You may be curious as to what I'm getting at. I'm saying that Washington, D.C. is a crystal grid. Yes, Washington, D.C. is a crystal grid. So there are a lot of things that go into this, so I'm just going to start from the crystal grid part and work forward. The obelisk that is in D.C., the Washington Monument, from an aerial view looks like a crystal grid. So a crystal grid is a focused and intentional arrangement of crystals, like this one, and other materials such as stone, water, wood, and fire in a symbolic geometric order to manifest a specific intention. For example, this is a crystal grid. Notice right here, the obelisk in the center. As we all know, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So the sun rises on the east facing side, drawing a solar energy as a conductor to the east side of the obelisk or the Washington Monument. So we understand that the sun is transcendent and life-giving energy, and so did the people who built these monuments. It's a connection to solar energy, and it has a tie to fueling the whole grid. So if it sucks up the energy, it can illuminate the whole grid, if that makes sense. So DC was designed with Masonic symbolism and celestial energies and influences in mind. So there are zodiac signs that can be seen throughout the architecture of the Capitol and Federal Reserve buildings. It's all through DC. So this got me questioning, what would the birth chart for the Washington Monument look like, you might ask? Well, intense is what it looks like. Intense but favorable. I went through all of the placements in the chart. So the birth chart, so let me backtrack. The Washington Monument was first opened on October 9th, 1888, which we're going to get back to, in DC at 3 p.m. The Washington Monument is in Aquarius rising with its sun in Libra and the moon in Sagittarius. I will say that there is a dominating stellium in 10th house placements. The 10th house represents career, public image, ambition, reputation, and authority. And there's Mars in Sagittarius in the 10th house, for example, of a key aspect that should be looked at, right? And you know, the obelisk, this guy that can sit in the center of a grid has a super sharp point, can act as a solar lightning rod that attracts the sun's vital energy directly to the nation's capital, shining directly onto the Capitol building. I want to give you some facts about the specs of the Washington Monument. So the Washington Monument is 169 meters tall, equivalent to 554.46 or 555 feet tall. The base is 55 inches each side. 555, the angel number, equates to the number of transformation, and 5 in the biblical model is the number of divine grace. So why am I saying all of this? We are under spells, people! Wake up. They've been doing this magic, if you will, since the beginning. We've been under spells since the beginning. We've been having workings done on us without our consent since the beginning. And I know that that's hard to hear, that our founding fathers were people who would do something like this, that our continued fathers are the people who would do things like this. The institutions are set up and modeled and framed and kept because of the magic that is done in that city. DC is not known for being a super magical city, but I think it's one of the most magical cities in the country because of the totems, because of the idolatry. We have it in that city so deeply, so prevalently, and that's why it's so hard to make any effective change, because the magic is rooted in the architecture.